So, Moon Knight, episode 6. Honestly, this is going to be a full review on the entire show now that it's finally wrapped up. And I only have one question to you, the audience, and to, well, anyone else involved. Was it woke? That is the question I will pose, and I will give a couple examples. Let's be honest, I don't think it was that woke. Now, besides a couple obvious social justice moments with the woman in question that did not exist and basically is a knockoff version of a knockoff version. No, I'm just playing, bro. Relax, bro. Bro, it's all good, bro. But she is a knockoff version of a character that Moon Knight dated in the comics. I forgot her name, so it's not coming to my mind. But besides that, yeah, it was a pretty good finale, as most of these try to be. You know, when it comes to Disney Plus finales, they always have to have the bombastic endings, but not a good starting point. And here's my main problem with the MCU and how they handle, you know, showing these Marvel characters in their fullest and in their, you know, fullest representation. You know what I mean? Like comic book accuracy and all that. My problem is we have to wait to be rewarded with what we should already be expecting going into the show. Like with Moon Knight, we came on for a Moon Knight show, and every single bit of promotion for Moon Knight was that this is a Moon Knight show. But it's not. It's a Mark Spector character drama that it's honestly not done that well. You can say what you want, but compared to the Moon Knight action and bombastic shit, that's the stuff I actually resonate with, because that's what I want. And I'm pretty sure many people have felt the same. Hell, even Comicstorian has felt the same. Many people, they just want these characters to be what they're supposed to be. Why do we have to build up to these characters? And again, they've had this problem with every part of their, you know, whole spiel in the MCU. Like, we have to wait to hear Iron Man call himself Iron Man. We have to wait for Moon Knight to be called Moon Knight until episode 5, etc., etc. I could give many different examples. And it takes like the end of the episode for Moon Knight and Khonshu to fully become Jake Lockley and Khonshu. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just, that kind of thing. That's the thing that pisses me off as a Marvel fan. We have to constantly wait for these characters to become the characters they're supposed to be. And it's irritating to me. Like, cause this, let's be real, this isn't an origin story of Moon Knight, because he was well into the Moon Knight mantle when the show started, at least chronologically speaking. I don't get this. I don't understand this. It's like every time they do this, like even with Scarlet Witch, how many years did it take the MCU to call her the Scarlet Witch in name? Exactly. Like, it's that kind of stuff that bothers me, and I really just wish that they would stop doing this. Like, have these characters be exactly who they're supposed to be. Like, again, we had to wait until the very, very end of the episode to get Jake Lockley, and we didn't even get to see his version of the Moon Knight costume, and it pisses me off, because again, they want to have their cake and eat it too. They want to build off of these characters. They want to do this and do that, but not have these characters be fully the characters they're supposed to be. Like, even with Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, I haven't seen the movie yet. I'm going to see it eventually. And yeah, there was this one part that got spoiled for me, and I'm not going to spoil it for y'all, but I just wanted to let y'all know about that. Stay off social media. Just stay off of it whenever a Marvel movie drops, because you're not going to be okay. Like, honestly. But aside from that, I just don't like how they handle these characters and the adaptations that they choose to pull from. And even the way the story was structured, a lot of the episodes was not needed. Certain parts of this show was not needed. Like, with the whole, you know, Layla stuff, honestly, you did not need that. I didn't come to a Moon Knight show to have a man be teamed up with a woman. Like, and it's not even misogynistic. I'm not on that type of timing. Like, you want to have a woman in the show, fine. But you had to power her up so she could be equal to Moon Knight, instead of just, like, this is what I be talking about. It's so in your face with this, and it irritates me. They're like, oh, look how badass she is. I bet you want to see a show of her. I would not be surprised if Kevin Feige announced that we're getting a Layla spinoff. I would not be surprised. I promise you, I would expect that. That is something I would come to expect from the MCU. Like, for the sake, Agatha is getting a show, if she's still getting it. Like, this is what I'm talking about when I say this is unnecessary. Like, we couldn't just have a Moon Knight show be a Moon Knight show. You want to have the psychological thriller, but you don't at the same time, because you forget it's on Disney Plus. Like, this is the same company that censored Falcon and the Winter Soldier, a very serious drama-filled show with politics galore. So, yeah, did you think they were really going to go all in, balls to the walls? Of course not. So that's the thing that bothers me. They want to tread the line. They want to go full in, dark and gritty, and yet they cut away from when it really gets serious. And that's what irritates me. They don't have the balls to go through with what they already set up. And it's just something that bothers me. As far as the CGI goes, I get so sick of the CGI complaint. Oh, the CGI looks bad. The CGI... Compared to what? Because compared to like 2001, the early 90s, the CGI ain't bad. I hate this. I hate this discussion. It constantly pisses me off. It's not even like it's so bad and glaring. Like, trust me, y'all do not notice this shit. Like, honestly, like, I hate that whole thing. And also, Moon Knight can fly. I just kind of wanted to point that out. He can fly. He flew. That was awesome. Anyway, it just... I just wish that they would stop doing this. But yeah, now back onto the review of the show. Honestly, bro, this episode was honestly one of my favorites. Of course, I kind of knew it would be. You know, we get Ahmed in its full glory, and you know what I'm saying, she kind of made me feel to act up with that voice. You know, she got a little bit of, you know what I'm saying, like, you know how I like my women, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Fellas, don't even get mad at me. I hate to be that guy, but I have to be that guy today. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. We got to see Ahmed, and Khonshu took a physical form and everyone could see him. That's my thing. So we couldn't see, so other people aside from the, you know, avatars couldn't see him, but apparently they can see them now. Like, is it passive? Like, do they choose to let certain people see? Like, because everyone saw Khonshu, like, and everyone saw, you know, Ahmed. It wasn't like an Avatar type of thing. That's what I'm saying. Like, this is the stuff that gets under my skin when it comes to writing. They forget their own lore. Like, the others weren't supposed to see Khonshu. Like, we couldn't even see the jackals, let alone a literal god. And to it that. So again, it makes zero sense onto why they do this. And they do this throughout the episode. Like seriously, it was a whole thing. And then they flip-flop between, oh, can the gods, like, you know, impact the world? 1 minute, oh, all they can do is, like, push chairs and, you know, give a gust of wind. The next minute, Khonshu is turning out the lights and turning the sky and et cetera, et cetera. So this is what I'm talking about. Like, the writing is all over the place. They don't abide by their own rules. And it's kind of glaring. Like, this isn't like a small issue. Like, it's a big deal. They set up that, oh, only the avatars can see these gods. You know what I'm saying? But apparently that's false. It's just stupid to me. And I don't like how they rush Jake Lockley. Like, am I supposed to get hype and excited? Oh, wow. Jake Lockley even has the limo that I wanted to see, that I talked about in my previous reviews. But, like, why did we have to wait for this type of stuff? This is type of stuff you should have been setting up from episode 1, Jump Street. It's like the MCU forgot their own formula. You set things up early on and pay them off later. Like, we barely got any real nods to Jake Lockley until like episode 5. Damn, literally episode 5. Like, I'm sorry. I just don't like the formula. I don't like how they do this. And it's hard to get excited because they're rewarding us for something that we should have gotten off rip. Comic book accuracy. And honestly, the suit's alright. I like the Moon Knight suit. I really wish it had a more, like, you know, less CG type of look, because there's a lot of like complaints that, oh, the suit is fully CG, and I honestly could not tell. Like, maybe I just don't have an eye for it. Of course, in certain scenes it's kind of obvious that it's CGI, but in other scenes it doesn't look CGI. I don't know, maybe I'm tripping, but yeah, it's just, I don't know. If I had to rank this episode, I'm gonna be fair to it. It looked pretty good. I know there's gonna be some people in the comments saying, oh, the CGI sucks, the CGI is wonky, but honestly, it looked good. Okay, get over it. Okay, like, the phase 4, they're hemorrhaging money at this point because they keep trying to push out woke shit. So of course the CGI isn't gonna be as good as, say, Endgame. Of course not. They are pushing out woke propaganda and it isn't showing in the box office. We all know that. But they ain't not finna stop. So of course the CGI is gonna get progressively more and more mid 2000s, if I'm gonna be honest. Like, I don't expect it to get to Blade levels of bad, because that would be atrocious, but who knows. At this point they keep pushing out this woke shit, you never know. But yeah, at the end of the day, that's how I feel about this show. All in all, my percentages for this episode, if I had to rank it, it's getting a 6 out of 10 for me, to be honest. It was just weird. It's a standard ending of the finale for all of these Disney Plus shows, so nothing really groundbreaking, nothing really new